So what about game one? Game one is a data drop. So there's a data key, there's actually two in play. The first one, which is for the terrace right here, this guy, that's number two. But the data keys are going to be put on the field. The first one is for the terrace to retrieve. That'll be in a second floor hotel room being transported by an agent. We'll get to that in a minute. They have to go to the crow's nest. It'll just be laying on the floor. It's not going to be hidden. You just have to go up there and get it. It's that easy, right? So you go get it, and then you would take it across the field to the post office, or what we call the data center in some cases. We have a Lenovo computer screwed to the wall there. And at that point, you would insert it into the computer. Once it's in the computer, the terrorist cannot take it out. It has to stay in there, transmitting or otherwise. And then the counter-terrorists have to come after it. So from the terrorist point of view, it's basically attack a position, attack another position, and then it becomes a defense for them if they achieve it all the way through. You hold that position till the end. It's basically a 20-minute game. If the data stick is in the computer at the end of 20 minutes, then they win. And they'll get all the points, roughly 3, I think. 1 for the data stick, 2 for the insertion, and the defense. On the other side of the field, the counter-terrorists coming out of the woods, obviously they would want to defend said data stick in the second floor hotel room. One advantage they'll have right off the hop is that there's an agent that is transporting it. So the counter-terrorists could put an agent in the room if they wanted with a pistol. We're going to allow for that so that there is kind of a defense. Once that person is then displaced, they can go back to their spawn, get the regular marker and come back in, or if you're just a pistol guy, that's great, or girl. So that's kind of the beginning of it. And then, you fall back to the next position, defend the data center, you get displaced, it gets put in. So then once the data stick is entered into that computer, the counter-terrorists could displace the terrorist forces and then go in and get the data stick, take it back to their spawn, and then effectively the game is over. And then they would have that. So before you would want to do that, there is another objective in play. Number 2 that we pointed to is going to be located over at the Cessna, which is over there. And it's going to be around the neck of Gerald, the resident stuffed giraffe that we use for the down pilot thing. And it'll be in the Cessna. If we can find Gerald, maybe he's lost or something, but it will be in the Cessna. And it's a pretty hard objective to get to because it's all the way across the field. And it's not a simple thing, but if we could, the counter-terrorists, get that far and get that second data stick before the end of the game, then that will give you an intel advantage in game 2. And I'll explain what that is in the next video. But if you were to achieve that, then it'll give you a significant advantage going forward.